Hello everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to TSW, and as you can see we are in the Jubilee at Crewe Station on the Spirit of Steam route, which is absolutely free for everybody that plays Train Sim World 6 until the 5th of January. So if you're one of those that hasn't already got it, go and get it. Even if you don't download it straight away, add it to your library for later on, because you do get a few different bits and pieces with it, which we'll go through, because we'll go through all the details on the Steam store so you can see what the route's all about, route length, etc., all the different details. Because a lot of you that are new to TSW6 will just have the TSW6 standard routes. You might not have anything Steam. There's a bit of getting used to with Steam, you know, let's be honest, but once you've done it a few times it's fairly easy to get going. So we're just going to do a run today from Crewe, the whole length of the route. It's an express all the way down to Liverpool Lime Street, so you can get a look at it. I've set the weather to and the season to clear and August, so you can have a good look at the route. We're in the photo mode, so we'll just jump out of that now, and we'll hopefully get everything set up. And I'm hoping this is Steam. This is a little bit different when you're recording this. It's quite noisy compared to some of the other stuff, but hopefully we'll be okay. So first of all, we can unlock the doors, so we'll do that first. I'm using the controller to do all this, by the way. Reverser into forwards. Let's do that. The cylinder cocks are open. Let's open the large ejector. And the small ejector is fully open as well, so that's good. Now we can wait until we need to go. No safety systems on this, by the way. It's a bit too early for that. We'll go through the time period that this is set in, etc. once we get going, but yeah, there's none of that. So we're due out in about a minute's time. So everything is a go via. So we're going via Acton Bridge, Runcorn, Mossley Hill, Edge Hill, and then finally we'll get to a stop at Liverpool Lime Street at 13:36. So it's about 36, 37 minutes probably by the time we get there. So yeah, let's have a look outside, shall we? Quick toot of the whistle. We can nearly close the doors. It's a very old Crewe station. You've probably seen Crewe station as well, obviously, in the Birmingham to Crewe route, which is one of the new routes that we've got in TSW6. It looks a little bit different to this, but a lot of it is still recognisable, like this wall, for example, is all there. And the roof's a little bit different, but yeah, you can tell it's Crewe, can't you? Compared to today's Crewe. This bit of the route looks a bit sparse back in these sort of industrial days. There's no heritage centre over there, as you'll see as we go past. But let's get the doors closed. There we go. We're all ready to go. So what we need to do first of all is release the brakes. So let's do that, and we need to wait until this dial gets up to like 20, 21. That's the brakes fully released there. If you can hear that in the background, that's my fireman there, or a fire lady beavering away. There she goes, shoveling the coal in. Right, I think we're ready to move off. So we'll just open the regulator a little bit. We've got the green light, of course. There we go. So Acton Bridge is our first go via. See all the steam escaping at the front. If we should now close the cylinder cocks. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That is what I want. Why is it not doing that? That's my... Wait a minute. That's my mouse again. It's the problem playing between the mouse and the controller. Let me put this back to 75. That wasn't the way it was meant to go. That's better. It always, because I've got two monitors, it always does that. Right, I think we're in business now. We can do 20 out of Crewe, and then we got a 90, so we'll give it the beans once we get up there. Yeah, don't turn your reverser down that quickly. That's not meant to happen. You need that to start with. By the way, if you're using Steam for the first time, you're quite new to it, I'd recommend, if you use this this sort of expert HUD, as it were, I would recommend using the basic hood, you know, the big hood, because it shows you a couple, with Steam, it shows you a couple of extra dials about how much steam you've got, etc. You don't run out of steam. So you might want to use the big hood until you get used to it. Or of course you can use the dials inside the Jubilee itself, but whatever you're most comfortable with. But there you go, we can open the regulator, so let's close that as well. And we'll try and get up to speed. This poor lady is constantly shoving coal in. I like the fire animation. It's pretty good. We'll get the speed up. Let's just reduce the reverser just a little down to about 56. Stop us running out of steam. Got some freight wagons over here. We'll go through all that, as I said, what all the wagons are and the freight movements, etc., and what you can do. Just edge this up to 100 on the regulator. This long stretch out of Crewe. It has that steam era feel to it, doesn't it? This was one of the most anticipated routes that came into TSW, I remember. And this, I think this was a TSW2 route as well, so you can see how long it's been available. So there we go. Let's just cruise along there, shall we? Ticking along at 39 miles per hour. And we'll have a talk about what it says on the Steam page. So I'll just quickly move monitors again so I can do that. Let's hope it works correctly this time. So it says, step back in time and discover the soot and sounds of the romantic steam era. Climb aboard iconic living locomotives hungry for coal and water and work hard on busy passenger and freight services throughout historic Merseyside and Cheshire with Train World, Spirit of Steam, Liverpool Lime Street, the Crewe. And this is free, remember? So don't wait for me to finish the video, go and get it. Immersed in the middle of the British Railway steam era, take control of the famous LMS Jubilee class locomotive, which is this one. It says resplendent in nostalgic BR Brunswick green livery, adorned with BR's late crest, carry passengers on a journey of a lifetime along the West Coast Main Line, over the Runcorn Railway Bridge and right into the heart of Merseyside with this Express 460. Additionally, you can be in charge of the hard-working LMS Stania 8F class locomotive. Its rugged BR late black guys and a 280 wheel configuration better suited to hauling lower speed and heavy freight trains. I will say, actually, on this route I've always enjoyed the freight better than the passenger for some reason. I don't know why that is. I don't know, I just have. It's just one of those things. Let me switch screens again. There we go. So I can use my controller and I can show you a little bit around the Jubilee. There we go. Perfect. It's lovely that. I'll just place the camera here again so you can see what's happening as we go up. Switch back to what it says on Steam. It says master the art of steam and take on the challenge of the 1950s. It's actually set in 1958, the route. So it's kind of like late steam era-ish, isn't it, around that time. The thing I like about this is as well is that everything is period. The way that everybody's dressed, if you see the passengers on the platform, they've got a very unique look about them, like on the Peak Forest steam railway, which came later than this in TSW. It says no modern comforts to rely on. The only safety system is your wit. Learn the finesse and the rhythm of each locomotive to determine your speed and keep to the timetable. Yeah, as I said, there is a learning curve for this, but there's plenty of videos on YouTube. I've got some on my channel on how to drive the steam trains, how to get them going. You can watch what I did at the beginning of this one, where we did get moving, but then because of the confusion between the controller and the mouse, it started dropping the reverser when I wasn't supposed to. So that's probably not the best one to follow. But there are videos on there if you want to learn how to do it. And as you can see, once you go in, it's not too bad. And I'm going to leave the reverser there about 23. The lower the reverser is, obviously the more steam you've got available. Don't leave your reverser on high. You'll use up all the steam. It says choose how you want to play. You can drive trains, you can ride around as a passenger or in the guards van. Complete the route tasks, pick a vantage point and watch the action unfold. Well, there you go. And there's all the usual stuff. Scenario planner, livery designer, and Creators Club. You'll get a few different things on Creators Club for this too. Let's pull the whistle for the box there. Still got 9.4 to go to Acton Bridge. So, the length of the route. Let's go to the key features. It's a 36 mile, which is 58 kilometres route from Liverpool Lime Street to Crewe. We're going in the opposite direction. Set in 1958, as we mentioned. Historically accurate details, track work and infrastructure. There are 15 authentic stations. We've got the Jubilee in BR Late Brunswick green livery, which is this one. We've got the Stanier 8F in weathered BR Late unlined black livery. Coaches, we've got the Mark 1 FKs, DSOs, BSOs and BG coaches. Let's have a quick look at the coaches, shall we? These are obviously the maroon ones. There you see, everybody on board is dressed suitably for that time period, which is quite nice. A lot of them have hats on as well. There you go. Very nice. There's some of the coaches that we've got. You can see that these are the BSOs. Let's just pop back to the front so you can see a little bit of what's going on. We've got 16-ton mineral, 5-plank, con-flat and standard van wagons, and a 20-ton brake van. We might see some of that on the way down actually. Keep an eye out for it. All new, well, it's not all new now because this is an old route. Authentic steam locomotive simulation. Highly detailed, feature-rich driving cabs with accurate true-to-life performance and handling. Authentic and detailed sound recordings recorded from the real locos. There's a journey mode that has 24 hours of timetable. There are training modules which will be very important, as I mentioned, for this one. And there's 5 scenarios as well, which will keep you busy for a little bit. Let's just pop back in. As we thunder through the station at 77 miles per hour. 24-hour timetable, as we mentioned. You can get route tasks if you want to do that. You're going to collect those. And that's it. And it's free. And it's free for everybody. So PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Epic. It's free for everybody. So make sure you pick that up. Just turn down the sound a little bit. I'm hoping you can hear me through all that. So there we are, 80 miles per hour now. It's a great feeling when you get a steam train up to this speed, because it is quite tricky at first. But once you're up to this speed and you get the hang of it, it's pretty good. Of course, the other thing as well is that, certainly with the Jubilee will layer in on lots of different routes. So if you've already picked up some of the other routes, you will see the Jubilee again on rail tours, for example. So, you know, this route, if you haven't got it, this route is just well, it's free anyway. Even if you don't really fancy Steam, add it to your library anyway. And yet, at least, you know, you will see it as AI. If you've got it downloaded, you'll see it as AI, different places on rail tours, on the routes that you do like. I've got a couple of scenarios on here as well with diesels. So if you go on Creators Club, if you don't fancy Steam but you like the look of the route and you can get around the era being the late 1950s, you can run some diesels on here as well. So go and grab a couple of scenarios from Creators Club and put those on here as well. There's quite a lot of them actually. I've even run a pacer up down here. You'll see it on one of the earlier videos on the channel. 88 miles per hour we're going, 89, so I think we can ease up a little bit. So just close the regulator, which will put some steam back in the chest. As we go into this curve. And I'll show you the route map as well, shortly. I don't want to slow down too much, but we'll put a little bit of regulator back in. So if I show you this, here's Crewe down this end. This is us, so this is Acton, this marker is Acton Bridge. We come all the way down here to Lime Street, which is down here, the other end. So I think it said 38 miles. Did it say 38 miles? Let's just go back there. 36 miles, 58 kilometres is the whole route. So yeah, pretty decent run. There's our fire lady just having a look outside, make sure everything's right. And she goes back to the task of putting the coal in. So we're due in, I think it said 13:36 we're due in, if I recall. 13:36. About another 20, just over 20 minutes to go. Doing good with the speed. Let's close the regulator once again because we're coming to the 90. You notice as well when you pull the whistle, you see the steam escape from the steam whistle. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you will know that in real terms, I'm not a Steam fan at all. It wasn't my era. I can take it or leave it. Lots of people really like Steam, and I get why. It's just not my thing. So when this route was coming out, I wasn't sure. Compared to some other routes, I wasn't sure how much I would play it. But I'll tell you something else though. It gave me this route and then the Peak Forest. Gave me a better appreciation for Steam. I think as far as trains goes, I kind of dismiss Steam. I know that sounds like sacrilege to a lot of people, so I apologise for that. Actually playing this in the sim did give me a better appreciation of Steam. And now, you know, I quite enjoy on lots of routes taking the Scotsman out, especially on the Preston to Carlisle route. The Scotsman on the Preston to Carlisle route is great. So I've come to quite like Steam, really. And when I've been out and about, I've been making a mental note as well of what I can see Steam-wise, and I never used to do that before. It's funny, isn't it, playing things in a sim or a game, depending, you know, how you see it. We've had that debate just recently on the channel. It can help you, can't it? It can help you get a better appreciation of things, and this definitely did. It was coming out and I thought, oh, it looks really difficult this. I don't know if I'll be able to drive this. I should be getting the speed down, by the way. There we go. Let's let it come down. It's going to come back up again in a minute. Yeah, when it was coming out and I was watching all the videos, I thought, it looks complicated, this. There's no way I'm going to be able to do that. But actually, it doesn't take you long to get into the routine. As I was saying at the beginning, you do a couple of runs, you'll get the rhythm. What you'll find is if you play Steam and then you don't play it for a while, you may forget the setup and how to get the thing moving. But you'll get it. So I was pleasantly surprised, because Steam trains look like a complicated beast, don't they? And they are. But I think the way that Dovetail did it was really good. Now, a lot of people that do like Steam trains say their physics are not right, or I don't like this, that and the other. For me, not knowing Steam, I can't comment on that. I can only comment on, from my level of knowledge, how it runs in the sim, and I think it's alright for me. You might think differently. And I'd be interested to know, those of you that picked this up right at the beginning as part of TSW2, is this still one of your regular go-to routes? Let me know in the comments if it is. Right, we had to slow right down for that one, so we'll try and build it back up again. And we need to get up this slight hill. And then we got the run down to Runcorn, and of course the impressive bridge, which you can see in the thumbnail actually. Up we go. Let's just pop back in. It's very noisy on the inside. The regulator's fully open. We're going uphill, but it will flatten out. Because that's the other thing about Steam, managing the hills. This is not a particularly hilly route, but there are a couple. Coming back the other way from Lime Street, just after Runcorn, the one that we're going down now, coming back the other way can be a bit of a challenge. Especially if you're setting off from Runcorn station, if you're a stopping service. That is a little bit of a challenge. And the trick is, as well, as I said, not to run out of steam, or else you won't be going anywhere until it builds back up again. So once we get to the top of here, we're straight down the other side. And you can see we are slowing down slightly, but we should have enough to get over. I don't actually know, with the coal, I don't actually know if that's animated. So as we go, I don't know if the coal slides down or not. I don't think so. It looks quite a static picture, that, doesn't it? As we use the coal, I wondered, does the level drop a little bit? I don't think so. mph. She's shoveling the coal in there like it's gone out of fashion. Now she's having a look. Are we nearly at the top of the hill, she says. This is tiring me out. Don't do this to me. Just picking the shovel up. Bless her. What a shame. She's earning her money today, isn't she? You can see the top of the hill there. So we'll run down the other side and we'll all be good again. But I've got the reverser set quite low. I've got the reverser in forwards 22% only. I'm going to leave it at that because we are getting there. I could have added a little bit more reverser, but that can end up... You could end up then losing all your steam. So I knew this was just a short hill, so we'll have to rely on the passengers enjoying the view that they've got. There we go, so the gradient's starting to come down again now. And we're picking up speed again now. And onwards to Runcorn, which is in 3 miles, and that is a go via as well, so we're not stopping there as we go through Sutton Weaver. Regulators fully open. Lovely. This service, by the way, is called the Manxman. This is one of the expressways. If I just pull that up, you can see there at the top. It's the 13. If you want to play this one, just to do a full run, it's the 1300 out of Crewe. It is the Manxman, London Euston to Liverpool Lime Street. So just set the season to how you want it. But if you want to do this and have a run straight through to Liverpool, good one to do. Let's just pump the reverser up just to see what effect it has, if anything. Probably nothing. See if we can pick up speed as we go back up a slight hill. As I said, we have got the big run down to Runcorn coming up. Speed is picking up as we drop. What I'll do as we go down the hill, I'll shut off the regulator, which will help build the steam back up again. It's a very long hill, as I mentioned, coming back this way. It's a very long hill to get up. So I'm gonna close the regulator, and I'm gonna reduce the reverser back down again to about 22. But we'll coast it. We'll be ready on the brakes if we need them. But this will fill our steam back up again. Quick look in the actual train itself, inside. There she goes. Yeah, unfortunately the coal on the shovel isn't a thing, which is a shame. It's just doing the job, but it doesn't actually bring coal out. The rest of the inside of the Jubilee is quite nice. It's probably a bit clean, I would say. I imagine it's a bit more dirty than this in real life. But here we go, on the way down to Runcorn. We've got 55 before the station, so shall we put a little bit of brake in this time? And we'll see what we can do. See the brakes up here. Brakes fully off, about 20-21. Braking is a bit of a fine art as well on these, as you can see. You can either do it too much or too little. And that's Runcorn. This is Runcorn Station as we make our way across the impressive bridge here, rail bridge. Let's remove the brakes. Of course now, in real life, there's a very big road bridge here, which is equally quite impressive. You can see there, that's under construction there. We'll open the regulator while we're on the flat, why not? Very industrial, isn't it, as we start to get towards Liverpool. Lots of chimneys. Lots of factories. And Mossley Hill, which is our next go via, is in 7.5 miles. And we were actually due in, remember, at 36, so I don't know if we're running late or not. I think these last go vias are quite close together. This actually, if you're planning to get the new German route that has got steam as well, which was announced on the season of reveals, this might be a good practice for you to get into steam before that comes out as well. Or a good way for you to, if you've had this route for a while, just re-familiarise yourself with the controls and the way that steam works before that comes out. I do play this on and off. I don't play it a lot. You've probably not seen me play it on stream live a lot. And I don't know why that is, because I do quite enjoy it. This and Peak Forest I quite enjoy. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do some of this. The brakes come off really slowly once they're on. So you end up, you know, under speeding for quite a while. That's the bit that gets tricky when you've not played it for a while. But if you do 2 or 3 runs in one session, you'll crack it straight away. Definitely do the tutorials, do the in-game ones, and then watch the ones on the channel as well. You might need them. Right, we can do 70 down this stretch. The other thing I'll comment as well about steam trains is I like to play them from outside like this, because inside obviously you don't. This actually has got a decent-ish view. A couple of the steam trains you've got a very narrow slit see through. This one actually you've got, believe it or not, that's a decent view. That some of them are really bad, so I tend to do it like this. You get a good look at the route. Generally, when you're underway like this, you just need to make some fine adjustments, so you don't really need to be in the actual, on the footplate of the loco itself. But it depends on you. Some players I know with any route don't look at this view. They want to be on the footplate or sat in the driver's seat or wherever it might be. I like a bit of both, I must admit. Alright. 4.8 to Mossley Hill. Let's just remind ourselves. We've got Mossley Hill, then we got Edge Hill. Edge Hill is literally the hill above Liverpool Lime Street. It's, as you know, it's about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes away from Lime Street. So once we're past Mossley Hill, we're pretty much there. We'll check the map. You can see that's where we are. This one. We got Mossley there, and then we are straight down into Lime Street, so we're not far. Not far at all. They're all hills. Mossley Hill, Edge Hill. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying themselves. Is there a Buffy car on this? I hope they've all been down for a cup of tea. Don't even know if we've got a Buffy car here. Maybe it's a trolley service. Did they have a trolley service in 1958? Possibly not. Oh, look at these. We've got the old first class sliding door compartments there. Great. Last time I went on the East Lancs Railway, they had these carriages. And we went in one of these. Quite enjoyed it. Shutting the door. Having your own space on the train is great, isn't it? Trains are too crowded these days for that kind of thing. Sadly. Right, let's open the regulator fully, shall we? Hopefully we don't dump all the steam. We're going to be late. We're definitely going to be late. There's no way we're getting there in 3 minutes, is there? It's fine, it's fine. Fortunately on this service, apart from getting to Lime Street, you don't have any timings. That is sometimes not helpful because you can see how you're comparing to where you should be when there are timings. It's because we're doing 46 when we're meant to be doing 70. It doesn't help. And I haven't driven on Spirit of Steam for 6 months, maybe 6 months I would say, when I was last on this. I've been on Peak Forest, not on Spirit of Steam. So it comes down to that again, getting yourself familiar. There's the guard's van. What a shame we don't have a guard animated. Just if he sat there, you know, or her, just, you know, it'd be great. Some cargo or big suitcases or something in here. Just little tweaks, just from the immersion perspective. Right. Tell you what, Liverpool and the surrounding area is not like this now, is it? It's all built up on. There wouldn't be all this space now. Right, 2.5 to Mossley Hill, which actually is over this side, so we're going to curve around. Right now, in fact. Here's some of the freight wagons parked up on this side. You can see. I haven't seen an 8F yet. Are there 8Fs in there? Oh, they're in the, yeah, they're in the sheds. You can see them in the sheds. I don't know if we'll get to see them properly from here yet. No, you can't really see them. They're in the sheds. We haven't passed one though yet, which is surprising. Allerton signal box. The cars as well are period specific. There you go. Not like a Morris Minor, that one. If anybody remembers the Morris Minor. But yeah, all the road vehicles are all buses, etc. They're all period specific as well, which just adds another touch to it. Right, 1.2 to Mossley Hill. Picked up a bit of speed. Closer look as we go through the station. Stand back, everybody, please. So if you are a new player to Spirit of Steam and you do pick this up, let me know how you go on with it. Come back and leave me a comment, let me know. I'd be interested to know, as a new Steam player, how you get on with it. There's a lot of, you'll see on Dovetail's channel, there's a lot of videos there in the build up to this route's release where lots of things were explained that new players won't get anymore unless you go back and watch those videos on Dovetail's channels. So I'd be interested to know if you're able just to jump in and just play it. So let me know. And I don't know if I said at the beginning, by the way, but if you are picking this up, it's free, but it's only free until the 5th of January. So you've got a week or so, at the time of recording this, you've got a week or so to get it, 5th of January, so make sure, as I said at the beginning, you at least add it to your library. Even if you don't download it straight away, if you add it to your library, you can download it at a later time. Right, we've got 40 coming up. Edge Hill, by the way, is our next go via. So I'm going to shut off the regulator. We'll start losing a little bit of speed for this 40. Put a little bit of brake in. Quite a slow entry into Edge Hill and then into Lime Street. Yeah, you see, we're already speeding. It's all, of course, semaphore signalling as well, but you can cheat. If you don't know semaphore signalling, you can, of course, cheat by looking at in the HUD. The HUD will help you as well. So don't worry about that too much. So I've released the brakes, as you can see. I've fully released the brakes. It just takes quite a while for them to come off again. We've got a few more coaches there for the Jubilees over this side, the top of Edge Hill. One thing I would say, and it probably comes down to resources available to play the game, is it probably, coming out of Liverpool especially, should be AI wise a bit more busier than this, I would expect. We've got these static coaches here. We've got the Great Northern Railway Company's goods warehouse there, by the way. That's the first time I've spotted that. It should be pretty busy coming out of here. We've got all this track, but that'll be a resource issue, I bet, and that's why it's not as busy as you would think. That will be my only comment. It feels quite quiet here, let's say. Let's put a little bit of brake in. We need to be down to a 20. This is Edge Hill Station coming up now. And then we drop down into Lime Street shortly thereafter. All these sheds are empty, see? You would expect a bit more traffic. You'd expect lines, probably lines and lines of freight here. People on the track. When I say people on the track, I mean workers, enginemen, railwaymen, railway people. There you go. So there's our 8F over there. A couple of them over there, actually. This is Edge Hill, 1.4 miles down to Lime Street, which is our final and our actual only stop on this. You can see how late we are. 6 minutes late already. You can tell this is one of my services, can't you? Look at that car there, though. There you are, another Morris Minor, a blue one. That's definitely a Morris Minor, I don't care what you say. Alright, let's just go down the hill into Lime Street. We need to be at 15 just before the station, just before we go into the station. We're already late, so we'll take it easy down here. And then we'll let everyone pop off, and that's all. So don't forget, just to recap, this is free. All the steam trains, everything you've seen today in this video comes with the route. There's nothing additional you need apart from TSW6. You need a version of TSW6. You can get the route free on all platforms until the 5th of January, at which point it will probably go back on sale again at its usual price. So make sure you don't miss out. That's why I wanted to make this video. A, because we've not run this for ages, but B, some of you, if you're not following Dovetail's Discord or you've not seen the announcements, might not know. I know on our live stream that we did on Monday night, when I mentioned it, a few of you already didn't realise that this was free, so I just thought it's worth doing another little video on it. Just to let you know, just in case. Many of you will already have it. It's been out quite a while now. TSW2, so it's been out quite a while. But just in case. And even if you don't like the idea of Steam, add it to your collection. Just add it. You might change your mind down the line. But it is a good route. It's quite nice to drive. It takes us into Liverpool. It's great. We've already got Crewe, obviously, in the game with Birmingham to Crewe. Well, not already, because that came after this, didn't it? This was the first time we saw Crewe, but obviously the Crewe we've got with Birmingham to Crewe is a more modern Crewe, as we looked at the beginning. Right, let's get some more braking as we go under the arches. Release some of that brake. I would say the braking's the most difficult. Then we're coming to a complete stop nearly, whilst the brakes come off again. So I'll just add a little bit more power in. Love that chuff noise there, as it's what I'm going to call it, a chuff noise of the engine. I should have said as well, this engine, we're in Anson. This one is named Anson. They're all named, these Jubilees. This one is Anson. As you go through the DLC, you can train spot them as well and write them down. They've all got nameplates. Oh wow, look at this. Just in case you need to change your wheel. Right, we're into the 15 now. So should probably put a bit of brake in, just so that we stay underneath there. There we go. Let's release it again, because we know how long it takes to release. Just show you what the cab looks like as the firebox has been on. By the way, there's the cab light. So if you drive in any late services or down the dark tunnels, you want the cab light on, that's where the cab light is. I should have said that. There you go. You just knock that on behind. and fully fashionable 10 minutes late at the moment. And the sign tells us platform 8 on the signal gantry there. That speed has crept up again. And this is Liverpool Lime Street. Lime Street as well, by the way, there are a couple of scenarios, I think, as well, which use the turntable even, which is here. You can see it here, so you can turn your locos around on the turntable in a couple of scenarios. You get full use of that. So I mean, Liverpool Lime Street's a bit quiet as well. But bear in mind, as this is a TSW2 route, I don't know what, if anything, has been done to it since then. So obviously the way the game is created has changed since TSW2. I don't know if anything has been backdated, you know, to make things a little bit run a little bit better or optimized or anything like that. I don't know. This could be just as it was in TSW2. I'll try and get as near to this stop marker as I can without going through the buffers. But that is our run down from Crewe. Hope you've enjoyed it. Do pick up the route, as I've said. Let me know how you get on with it. Come back and let me know. Thanks for joining me once again on this run. I'll get the doors open. There we are. 1 2 on the whistle. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye for now.